be the leaders. Then there are the followers, which is the biggest group of people.
Right.
And I really think that personality goes through all of those except the leader side. Leaders don't go around talking about who their best friends are that much. Because I think they're comfortable with themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if I felt someone was a really good friend and somebody asked me and, put me on the spot and said that, then I would say maybe.
Right.
But I don't think I would call them my best friend. I don't really feel that terminology. For me personally, I don't know.
And so,
it's something I would have said, maybe at school.
For all those that are listening to this who think they're Avani's best friends, you need to regroup. Okay. And the same for me. Okay. All those people that are listening to this and you think you're my best friend, make the call. Call me.
You didn't call me back. Let me tell you right.
Don't go out there and tell the world until I talk to you. Okay?
Oh my God! Sometimes people may think I'm crazy. Well, yeah, I am a little crazy. Okay, I admit to that. But one of the reasons I wanted to do today's show is because when you think about it, especially as you get older, you guys have the saying about reading people. And I love that because it is so true. And I think I've got that now as an older person down pat, because when I meet somebody, I remember I said this to you a couple of weeks ago, didn't I, Corey Rose? When I meet somebody, I can usually tell if they're going to be trying to cause me grief later on down the line. And sometimes you get that sixth sense about somebody where it's like there's something about them that just puts you off, and they ain't done nothing to you, They haven't yet. Okay.
Well, but you have a feeling that it's a yes.
Yeah, and you're just like, there's something about you that's, I ain't feeling it. You ain't done nothing to me yet. But I could just tell. And I'm usually right when I get that feeling about someone. It don't matter whether it's male or female. I could just tell they're going to do something, or they're going to start acting cuckoo crazy. And no, I'm the kind of person that, as you said, leaders don't like to mess. I don't want to play with people like that. If you're going to be trying to bring craziness into my life, it's time for you to go. I'm never going to let you get a chance to get comfortable. just keep it moving. I don't want to do that.
Well, but but again, most people aren't willing to admit that they don't want to be around everybody, and everybody is not their best friend. When we get in a group situation, let's say, there are 5 of us, 7 of us out, and we go out all the time. And then the person who basically is Angel, Angel comes up and he says in the group, hey, and you know how alcohol tends to make people be freer with their mouths. Hey, K-Rose is I just love him. He is my best friend on all this earth. I'm in the group situation. K-Rose is not going to just bluntly say, well, you're not my best friend.
You ain't going to put them on blast, as I say, right. But sometimes, man.
I wouldn't do that, but I would be thinking that. And then you turn around, and then someone that may be in the group who is a closer friend to me, I may offline and when we're talking one day, mention it possibly because I feel comfortable, but you never know. That person may go to Angel and say, K-Rose said he really isn't your best friend. And it starts this big rigmarole and all that. So don't you feel sometimes it's better to let the person feel that way without putting them on blast?
Yes, but some people, they're so thick-skinned. I'm just going to put this out there, Kara. Some people are truly, either they are that thick-skinned that they just do not see it, or they're so thick-skinned they do not want to see it.
Right.
Because, now, you already know, I like to share with you people. Again, this is Share Saturday. And, link 6, Kara. 7 ways to spot a friend. And I remember looking at this and thinking, okay, again, people, we share this with you. You guys can take a moment of your time to read. Let us know what you think at ask-avani-show. You can post, comment, and share it around for everyone. But one of the many things that they say are tips in spotting a fake friend, which I thought was interesting, number 1. They make you feel guilty for not hanging out with them. And I've had that. And it's not that you don't want to hang out with them. But obviously you have your own life. I'm just going to put this out there, okay? You have your own life, so you cannot be around other people 24/7. That's not normal, especially as an adult. You are doing other things. You're working, blah, 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 blah. So I don't even know why they would be trying to make you feel guilty. But obviously if you can't make as much time as you would like to, and it's not because... maybe subconsciously you are avoiding them. Who knows? But I'm just going to say it. But hey, whatever. Like I said, it depends on who it is and who that person is to you. You can decide and just tick it off as we go. They constantly make promises they can never keep.
Well, let me ask a question about on number one also first. Hanging out with them, does that include calling them, texting them, responding immediately if they text you and you don't text them?
Yeah, it might do to a degree. Because like I said, if you ain't really trying to put in that effort... No, but some people, man, they're too needy. They want you to be calling them every day. I had someone like that. She was just constantly like, she needed constantly to be spoken to how many times a day. Listen, that's the kind of thing even I don't even do with a man. Hello. So that ain't normal to me. It's okay, Rose, I can't. You know, they expect you to drop everything so you can cater to their needs. Again, that's what you would expect to get from a guy almost. And it becomes, their behavior borders on really weird relationship status where it's almost like they want you to... It's just not.
Well, I say it all the time. Your lack of planning, and that means anybody. Your lack of planning. One of my phrases is, your lack of planning does not make it my emergency.
Well, there you go. Hello. They always puff up their own importance. Now, hello. Yeah, because listen, I'm just going to say it like this. I have had people, and it could be family or friends. I forgot to mention that, people. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. This could be family or friends. These people, and we're probably going to keep mentioning this again as we go through, but the types of people that can come around you and they are, listen, when they got problem, they're on the phone to you straight away, and you're supposed to take whatever. They ain't asking you, are you busy? You're supposed to take the time out straight away, right there and then, to sit down and talk to them and to go through their problems with them and to help them solve the world's problems that they got on their... This is what they think. They got the world's problems on their shoulders, okay? Now, this same person is probably someone that has phoned you, umpteen times with the same issue for the last 2, 5, however many years. You told them how many different ways to slice the fruit, and they still don't want to take your advice. Oh, God. Anyway, they mock you and compliment you at the same time because they are passive-aggressive. I don't play that. I don't play it. No, I don't play that. I'm not going to say no more. I just don't play that. They gossip endlessly about others. That's right. That is a major red flag. Well, because remember what they say, if they're talking about you, if they're talking to you about someone else, imagine who they could be talking to someone else about you.
Well, I'm going to put it out there. That's a guarantee that they're doing that.
Oh yes.
Period. I'm not saying it in a nice, comfy, feathery way. If they're talking as much about other people and they're really ripping them apart to you, they're saying some pretty nasty stuff about K-Rose. Okay?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Now, this one. Now, I'm glad they left this one to the end on this particular article because this is so true and you need to just get rid of them if you come across this. They only see you as a means to an end. Now, this is a cold, hard truth. I'm just going to paraphrase from this article here. A fake friend will use you any way they can. That's true. Very true, people. They don't like the fact that you may, for example, be doing well in your life, and especially if you're in the public eye, for example. That's a good example. If you're in the public eye, and then it's like they're thinking, okay, well, if I'm her friend, then I'm entitled, and you notice, again, people, visuals are coming. You will see me with the quote-unquote fingers in the air. They see themselves as entitled, quote-unquote, to be around you for maybe when you go to functions or something. They expect to be invited as your guest. They expect basically to get the same treatment that you may get as the person who is being invited, wherever it may be. Basically, they are using you because they want to be in the A-lister set almost, whatever it might be. You see what I mean? And I just thought, you know what? That type of people I definitely don't want to be around.
Well, how do you spot them? I don't want to, take us off a rabbit hole here into a rabbit hole.
How do you spot them? Oh, you can spot them. They only listen. You know when I say that people only want to talk to you when you got something they want. They only want to be your friend. So basically, if they have not messed with you for 3 months, 6 months, however many years, and then all of a sudden they start sitting again. People, I had experience of this. Maybe they see you on social media. See, this is a good example. They might see your profile on social media. Now, remember, they probably been on that same social media for how many years, right? And they wasn't messing with you before, okay? But all of a sudden, maybe your star starts to shine even brighter. And they finally start to notice, it's so-and-so. Because remember, when you were telling them what you were doing in the past, they weren't interested. They weren't supporting you. They weren't there for you. All the bad times that you may have had in your life, they did not want to know. They didn't want to help you. But when they have bad times, they expect you. And I say expect you to drop everything and just be there unconditionally, okay? No.
Well, does that apply to money? Does that apply to money also? When they need money, they're calling and asking, but when you need a couple of dollars, they're like, the phone. I gotta go.
Yeah. Trust me, literally, I gotta go. Because when you started telling them about things, they call you when they want you to listen to them. And if you suddenly start to talk about yourself, or to, maybe you can identify with something they said, and you start to mention it. Oh God, no, gotta go now. Bye. Put the phone down. You might not even get that. You're lucky if they say goodbye. They only want to talk to you when it suits them. Those types of people, that's the ones you don't want to mess with, because they're only interested in you when it suits them. When they need someone to go out with and no one else is around, they might think, let me call so-and-so, because that person is probably going to be up for it, and then I have someone to keep me company, because they don't want to go on their own, innit? And they want to go, but they don't want to go by themselves. And their first and second choices were not available for whatever reason. So they think, let me call you. Anytime they need advice, they need someone to listen to them, they'll be like, let me call so-and-so. Those type of people, you don't want to mess with them. I ain't say no more.
And that's those people, and that's something as we go through the show and we go all the way back to the beginning, you mentioned something where I think people need to listen to their instincts more. I think if you get a bad vibe about a person or something, it's not 100%. Sometimes you get a false signal and the alarm goes off and it's really okay and it's nothing that was really out of whack. But if you get a funny feeling, as you mentioned, about something and you keep ignoring it, everyone that is listening to the podcast and listening to the show live, you need to start really tallying those things. Make a note of them. And start going back to your notes and say, hey, I really thought this about Jack. And, hey, I was right. Or, hey, I was wrong.
Uh-huh.
And figure it out.
It takes time, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you have to pay attention to it. But that goes to leadership, and that goes to an organized person's thought. And I know Avani, if you have, your mind is just so ordered a lot of times that if you keep seeing the same red flag, something in your mind says, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. Too many red flags, it happened this way, boom. Yeah. I'm going to stop, or I'm not going to communicate, or I'm not going to do this.
Yeah. And believe me, I'm good with it, I'm very good with that. I'm good with not messing with whoever that may be again, okay? Because I don't like that type of drama. Sometimes you have to be on your own. See, listen, if you can't be by yourself, it's going to be a problem. Because if you have certain people that like to come into your life and want to do their strippiness, and you suddenly think, another person, I'm just going to have to say, another one bites the dust. If you can't be by yourself. See, this is why people tend to stick around with people, even though they know that those people ain't good for them. Because they would rather have someone in their life than be on their own. But listen, see, I'm good. I am good. I could be on my own. I don't need to be around those fake type of people. Because I know they ain't wishing me good. They're not trying to be a real supportive person. So why have people... I remember years ago I used to go out and do gigs and stuff. And it was interesting to me that... if you see, like you have other artists on the bill. And I would go in and, like, for example... Because I'm like that. I tend to, even if I invite people, some of them, again, like I said, they weren't supportive, so they wouldn't come. That's okay. Like, you never get invited again, mind, but that's okay. But I would go in. And I would see the other artists, and if you see how many people, like, it's like a mini